What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video from the 10-7 MMA channel. And today's video is all about Jon Jones. We've been hearing all these rumors circulating that perhaps this fight is very close to being done. I made a video last week about it. Dana White said emphatically that this fight is happening. He said it multiple times. So I really believe that this is going to happen. I think it's going to happen in the summer. But that's not exactly what this video is about. I'm sort of past that point. I do think that the fight is almost certainly happening now. This is more about everything that's gone on, all the drama, all the back and forth, all the frustration from Tom Aspinall's side, all of the silence from Jon Jones' side, what has been happening. And I wanted to talk about this because Kevin Holland came on the Believe You Me podcast last week or earlier this, I can't remember. I think it was last week. And he gave this just came out maybe early this week, but I think his appearance was, no, what am I saying? It had to have been after Saturday because it's after his last victory. Anyways, came on some point since his victory on Saturday. And he talked about the Jon Jones situation. And I thought, man, he just laid it out perfectly. It also made me think the way that he was talking about it, that maybe he had some inside information. Maybe he's talked to Jon Jones or somebody close to Jon Jones, because this is exactly what I suspected long ago was going on, was that Jon Jones has been playing everybody. And Jon Jones, we all know, is one of the most intelligent fighters in the UFC. Whatever you want to say about him negatively, this and that, but I think nobody will deny that he's extremely intelligent. And I think that he has literally been playing the entire world and Tom Aspinall and maybe the UFC to some extent this entire time to get exactly what he wants, exactly how he wants it. And that is the end, I think, of this story. Not the end, but in terms of just understanding all the back and forth, all the talk about him being a duck, him being this, him being that. I think you wanted it all. I think you wanted people to say that the negative things, go after him, because it just spiced up the anticipation for the fight. It allowed him to now get a really hefty payday. I think if he would have just like, all right, yeah, let me fight whoever's next. Let's bring in Tom Aspinall. There would not have been nearly, probably not even 1/10 the anticipation. It would have just been the next guy in line. No big deal. He's going to fight. Maybe he'll get $5-10 million like he got against Stipe. But now he's made it into this crazy thing where I think he's getting triple what he got against Stipe. And so if you look at it from that point, if you buy into what I'm saying, that this has in fact all been orchestrated by Jon Jones masterfully, you just got to sit back for a second and be in awe of what he has done if you buy into this. So I'm going to play Kevin Holland discussing this and talking about it. And yeah, let me know if you agree with me. But I think Kevin Holland has hit the nail on the head. And I think Jon Jones is so smart and so ahead of everybody that he has just played the entire world and Tom Aspinall to get exactly what he wants, which is this fight and a massive payday as well. Check this out.
But I hear what just being on the Jon Jones thing. It's like it's like I'm gonna stand up for him a little bit on this one. The dude's been around for a very long time and he's fought a lot of people. Tom Aspinall is an absolute beast. Jon Jones is the greatest to do it in his time frame, and now he's actually doing it in a different time frame.
By the way, just to pause right here, one of the things that I love about Kevin Holland's take is he's giving respect to both guys. He's obviously a fan of both guys. So this isn't coming from a biased perspective or somebody saying, hey, Tom Aspinall should be lucky to get it. He does not saying any of that. So again, I'm just saying that this is a very fair, in my opinion, objective stance and viewpoint from a fellow fighter, from somebody who's been in the mix, from somebody who likes to talk a big game and also is big on the promotion side as well. So just want to point that out. Take this for what it's worth, but I think Kevin Holland is just hitting the nail on the head here.
You know what I mean? This probably should be Tom Aspinall's time frame. If I'm Jon Jones, I'm going to play it like a Floyd Mayweather. I'm going to play it like how these old school boxers played it. I'm going to play it as smart as I can. I'm going to be the OG in the game. Yeah, we may not like it. Yeah, it may sucks. Yeah, we may want to see the fight tomorrow. But the older I get, the smarter I will play the game. And if I'm Jon Jones, I will do everything in my power to make sure that Tom Aspinall understands how powerful and how dominant I have been over the years and all the things that I have done. So by the time it comes for us to fight, you'll be so up in your own head. You'll be so up about how big my head is. It'll be rough. And, hopefully Tom doesn't fall to that. Hopefully Tom can stay who Tom truly is. And when the time comes, Tom can be that guy.
Do you think that's it too, Kevin? Do you think he
should? Yeah. I mean, if I was Jon, I would. You're fighting a young, hungry guy. Yeah.
He didn't answer that exactly right. By the way, he said, is that what you think he's doing? He didn't say, yes, that's what I think he's doing. He said he should. to me, that made me think that he actually knows that's what he's doing, but he doesn't want to put Jon Jones on blast. That's what it made me think. But he's just saying, well, he should be doing that. That's what a fighter in his position should be doing, somewhat dodging that question. But that just makes me feel even more certain that this has been Jon Jones's plan from the start, which just makes this whole fight buildup even crazier. If this was all orchestrated beautifully to intentionally trick the public into thinking that Tom Aspinall is the guy that Jon Jones fears, and that Tom Aspinall is going to run through Jon Jones, with Jon Jones in his mind being like, nah, I think I'm going to win this fight. And then he actually goes out and does it. Like, the entire story, the entire arc of this story. I mean, the whole thing it's just crazy. If that's exactly what he's doing, which I think it is, it just makes this fight so much more exciting. But anyways, let me let Kevin Holland finish. Even Michael Bisping chimes in as well, in agreement.
Take your time. Fight him when you're ready. Don't fight him when he's ready. You know, Tom wants to fight tomorrow. Tom's frustrated. Tom's upset about it. You know, it's like Tom's talking about, I will not fight another guy for interim. I mean, why not? You're the baddest in the world. Go knock out another guy. Shouldn't be nobody in the way for you getting your paycheck, and it should be nobody in the way from you doing what you do. Who cares if you defend the interim belt 5 or 6 times while this guy's waiting on the sideline? Then the whole world can't say nothing but that you're the champ. And when the other guy comes back, he should be happy he gets to fight you. Because at the end of the day, the baddest in the world will prevail every single time.
Hey, Kevin,
it's crazy. Kevin Holland got such a bad rap from going on the Jackson pod. I even made a video about it, and I thought it was not his best performance. I think a lot of people felt offended on behalf of Rampage Jackson, an OG in the game, the way that Kevin Holland came at him. But he really got a bad rap there, and I think he was, whatever what was going on with him at that time, I think people got the wrong perception about him. Listen to him talk here. He's so knowledgeable about the game. I like the way he talks. Like, I know Justin, for example, my co-host on the show, would just have he does have mad respect for Kevin Holland. But hearing him talk like this, I know Justin would agree 100% with him, because he's just a fighter's fighter with that mentality. Hey, just fight anybody, fight whoever. That's what Kevin Holland does. He fights anybody, anytime, any place, anywhere. And so anyways, I just, and he's very smart too. So I really appreciate his perspective here. But just, I'm going to quickly show this clip of Michael Bisping agreeing with Kevin Holland. Then we're going to move on to what has this done to Tom Aspinall's mindset. And maybe it has exactly worked how Jon Jones wants it to work.
Hey, Kevin, I have said that exact same thing. I said it to Tom Aspinall when he said he didn't want to fight anyone. I said, you're crazy. You'll beat all these other guys.
You're gonna beat him. Yeah.
Stack up the money. Keep making your case.
If I'm Tom, I want all the experience I can get. I want every freaking benefit that I can have going into a fight with a guy like that. I want the guy to be so scared of me instead of me having to be scared of that guy, that there's nothing that he can do. For me personally, I love when I'm on a hot streak. I love when I'm going. I love when I'm rolling. A guy like Jon Jones has proved that he can sit down for a certain amount of time and come back and still f somebody up. A lot of people can't do that.
Yeah.
Me personally, I don't want to sit down on the couch for a long time and then come back and fight a supreme athlete.
All of this is just right on the money. I think a lot of people would disagree. Perhaps it would be more fans, YouTubers and things like that, who are MMA gurus, who I'm thinking of, who loves Tom Aspinall. I know he would probably disagree with this. He thinks it's a whole injustice that Jon Jones continues to hold a heavyweight title. So take it for what it's worth. I love that fighter perspective, and I like that. Again, Michael Bisping, he's a fighter. He's a former champ. They all agree, and maybe that is what Tom Aspinall maybe could have done in the, but it's all irrelevant now, because the fight's about to get announced. I know it. It's going to happen either this week or next week. I feel like it's about to get announced. I think Jon Jones is just continuing to drag his feet and play mind games. But Dana White made me think that all the financial terms, everything is done. They're just waiting to either sign it or officially announce it for whatever reason. But he said it's done, but it's not done. I think basically that means there's a meeting of the minds, and now they're just getting a couple logistical things set. But I just want to play this next interview to show. So Kevin Holland said, yes, that maybe Jon Jones is doing all of this to basically play mind games with Tom Aspinall. I also think he was playing mind games with the fan base to get people riled up, which eventually played into his hands to get this, to allow him to negotiate for a really, really hefty payday. I don't know if it will be released publicly, but everybody's been rumoring 30 million plus to get this really hefty payday. So just all around, it's been like masterful psychological warfare. By the way, Jon Jones is known to play these psychological games. He's known when you fight him that he'll intentionally show up late or asked to be the first to get weighed in, the first, he'll do all these little things to constantly remind his opponent. Who was it that talked about this? The guy who everybody says beat him, and I'm blanking on his name right now. Dominic Reyes. Dominic Reyes said that Jon Jones, it was a whole new experience fighting him because Jon Jones did all these weird, played all these weird psychological games with him in the lead up. And so Jon Jones is known for this. So I guarantee you that's what he's doing to Tom Aspinall. Now listen to Tom Aspinall in this interview with the Schmo. I could be wrong, but I feel like you can feel his frustration, meaning that I think these tactics by Jon Jones might be working just a little bit, but check this out.
How much longer are you willing to wait holding the interim title?
I just want to fight somebody. I'm a professional fighter and I want to fight somebody. And I'm overweighting, to be honest. I want to fight.
You want to fight indeed.
I don't want to fight you unless they're going to pay me. But I just want to fight, whoever wants it, whether that's Jon Jones or somebody else, I will fight somebody sometime soon.
Do you have a hard deadline, a date in mind that you'd give him before you take a fight?
I just want to fight as soon as possible. I'm not really too bothered, to be honest. I'll see what they say. I'm open. So we'll see.
So there you go. That's my 2 cents, that he does seem a little bit frustrated there. Maybe he's in the moment. Maybe these games aren't really working on Tom Aspinall. By the way, this is not me being anti-Tom Aspinall. I'm actually I'm a big fan of most fighters in the UFC. I am a huge fan of Tom Aspinall. His fight style is amazing. It's not that I just feel like Jon Jones has been pretty disrespected during this whole buildup. I think he's being massively underestimated, and I think part of that is due to MMA YouTubers building this narrative that he's washed or that he's picking his fights and trying to avoid Tom Aspinall, which again I think is all playing into Jon Jones's master plan. I mean, it's crazy. If that's really what's been going on, which I think it is, it's just been a masterful manipulation of everybody involved. But anyways, just going back to this, I do want to see Tom Aspinall go in and have a tremendous run and build his legacy at heavyweight. But I am a fan of Jon Jones. I want to see him come in and do his thing and get the respect that I think he's owed. And I think if he goes in and beats Tom Aspinall, old fans who already respected him, kind of mid-level fans who came in midway as Jon Jones was on his tear, but especially the new fans who maybe don't have correct respect for him, all these people will then have respect for him as a fighter. I'm strictly speaking as a fighter. We'll have respect for him as a fighter. He can beat Tom Aspinall, and then he can fade away into the sunset as having the greatest career in UFC history. Okay, last thing I want to showcase here. For all the people who are saying that Jon Jones is ducking and that he's going to lose to Tom Aspinall and Tom Aspinall will dominate him, this and that. This is Ariel Helwani, while interviewing Tom Aspinall, playing a clip from Cain Velasquez, who is a former champ of the heavyweight division. And I think it's very important that we as fans of the sport listen to former champs and fighters who really, really know the game to get a proper read on what's going to happen in this matchup between Tom Aspinall and Jon Jones. I have to also give the caveat that we don't know that much about Tom Aspinall's game because all his fights have been so short and he's been so dominant, and there's not a lot of footage and tape out there on him. So there's a lot of unknowns on that side as well. So that's why this fight is so fascinating, because I don't think we know exactly how it's going to go, but I do believe Jon Jones will find a way to win. And this is exactly why what Cain Velasquez says here. So I just want to share this clip to show you guys that I think all this has been manipulation. And moreover, I think Jon Jones is favored to win at the end of the day. And he even believes that he will likely win this. And this is why. Check this out.
So me just watching him, I kind of see his pattern a little bit. And his striking, the way he comes in and strikes. I think Jon sees it.
He's talking about Tom Aspinall. He's saying he sees the patterns and the tendencies in the way that Tom Aspinall fights.
Too.
Okay.
So I think with that, just because again, he studies, man. He does his homework. He's a master at this. He analyzes things. He studies you over and over again. I think just for that reason, he's gonna know what to do. So I don't think he beats Jon. No.
Your reaction to Cain's analysis?
I would never react negatively towards Cain. he's one of my favorite fighters ever. I mean, the fact that he knows that I exist and he's watched my fights is pretty cool to me. Yeah, I mean, listen, he's an MMA expert himself. If he thinks that, that's fine. And you know what? I'm not really hung up on what people think. You know, this is MMA. This is the highest level of MMA in the heavyweight division. Obviously, the opinions are going to be split, and that's absolutely fine. Like, I respect his opinion.
And that is I think the best way you can respond. And credit to Tom Aspinall. I've had this banner up the whole time. KSI pulls out due to illness. Sorry. But credit to Tom Aspinall for just having this positive outlook, being so respectful the entire time. He's actually been quite respectful of Jon Jones, despite that little duck thing that he carries around. But I think overall, Tom Aspinall has handled this entire build-up really, really well, considering everything that Jon Jones has put him through and all the frustration he's probably had to endure. But that's it. That's my 2 cents on this whole thing. The final takeaway: Jon Jones has played the entire world, has played Tom Aspinall, and played the UFC, I think, to his advantage to get exactly what he wants once again. And who do I think wins this matchup? I think at the end of the day, it will be Jon Jones, primarily because of the way Jon Jones game plans, the way he plays mind games, and just he might be the smartest fighter to ever step into the octagon. I think that intelligence is what's going to get him the victory here. Strategy. Khabib Nurmagomedov used to say that the most important element of a fighter, the most important tool is the brain, is the mind. And that's what Jon Jones has in spades. So we shall see. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys agree with me? Do you think Jon Jones has played this out? Or do you think this just kind of happened because he was trying to avoid Tom Aspinall and then all this anticipation got built up by accident? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you guys so much for joining, and make sure to click subscribe if you want to see more from the 10-7 MMA channel. We'll see you in the next video. Take it easy.